It is not enough for us to talk about the accolades and the legacy of Dr. King. I believe Dr. King was called to this work of making the world a better place. And I believe that calling is upon each of us. We're called upon by a higher power, by God, to make the world a better place. In that spirit, the Micah churches on last year, in our first gathering of this King Remembrance Service, we gathered to remember those who are within our community, who are emulating and doing those kinds of things that Dr. King was about, making our little space a better place. Last year, we honored the Reverend Dr. Lawrence A. Davies, and we thank God for his service to this church and to this community and as mayor of this city. We also honored a dear friend of mine and brother, Reverend Dr. Larry Hahn, pastor of Fredericksburg Baptist Church, two people who are making Fredericksburg a better place. That's our calling. We talk about the world. The world is a large, large entity. But we have space around us that we can improve upon. And we should use our strength, our power, and our talents to make that happen. Tonight, our Drum Major for Justice Awards are also given to persons who have helped to make our community much better. We start with Dr. Jeanne Anderson, Minister with Missions of Fredericksburg Baptist Church. Would you please come forward, Sister Jeanne? And Sister Mary, would you share this token with Sister Jeanne to honor her commitment to making Fredericksburg and the world with her mission mindedness a better place. And also, we give her a pot that represents a gift to you about that which has been shattered can be put back together. Would you join me? Okay, explains it in the... Okay, let me read this. Stick to the script, though, Vines. People worked hard for the script, and just like a Baptist preacher, I went off script. But I did okay, though, didn't I? Okay. In 1973, at 12 years old, she had already attended the Presbyterian Church, the Episcopal Church, and then was baptized in a Baptist church. Amen. She was drawn to and encouraged by the story of Jesus. Sitting in those pews, she sang and heard a song, "What a Friend We Have in Jesus, oh, what peace we often forfeit, oh, what needless pain we bear, all because we do not carry everything to God in prayer." She knew from an early age in life what a friend we have in Jesus, and determined that she would be the best friend to Jesus that she could possibly be. Jeanne Anderson was born in Grundy, Virginia. She graduated from George Wythe High School 1 year early and then went to Radford University, where she graduated with her undergraduate degree in just 3 years. Wow. Took some of us, like Forrest Gump, several years. She became a public school teacher in Augusta County, Rocky Gap, Fredericksburg City Schools, and Stafford County Schools. As a teacher, she was not only interested in what happened in the classroom, she took an interest in her students and their lives that they had outside of the classroom. She advocated for the well-being and the care for those who were underserved in both housing and food insecurity, and mentored many to become everything they could possibly be, even with their disabilities. She later became a minister on the staff of Fred Baptist, and while there, she completed her master's degree at the University of Mary Washington, and then completed her doctoral work at Weber Institute of Worship Studies. Dr. Jeanne Anderson has tended to always stay away from the limelight. She's a quiet force within the church and community and for a well-being of all. She has a prophetic spirit that allows her to see and to speak out about what is revealed to her about God's mission at this time, specifically in this place related to the gifts that are available to her and to those whom she could offer leadership. Jeanne was the first to say in 1990 that we have a huge fellowship hall that we had just completed at Fredericksburg Baptist Church in the old movie theater on Caroline Street. And her first idea was that we have a nice facility there, and there are too many people who are hungry, who are food insecure. And I would like for all the community and the people of wealth and people with little to know each other and to eat together and to share in friendship. And so that journey began with inviting every merchant in downtown to a dinner on Thursday night. And in addition, we invited everyone in Bragg Hill community and Hazel Hill and anywhere on the streets of Fredericksburg to attend that meal on Thursday nights. The meal was offered at no cost. It was a spaghetti dinner with desserts and breads, coffee and tea, including cloths, a clothes closet. She insisted to everyone would be served as if they went to a restaurant. No lines to stand in to get food. She even orchestrated a bus to drive into Bragg Hill to bring people into the dinner and return them from their homes. And the people came, and they came. And sometimes over 200 people would gather at her behest. And out of that grew several Habitat houses being built for people who had eaten dinner with us on Thursday night. And then she began to do ministry among the homeless in the halls of the church, day and night, clothing them, washing their feet, sounds like Jesus, and feeding them a meal and sitting and listening to them. It was the beginning of a prophetic idea called Micah Ecumenical Ministries. It can be said that she went down to the potter's house and saw him working at the wheel. She led us through a Lenten journey one year, and they actually made a pot, and actually 2 pots. Unbeknownst to everyone else, on Good Friday at that time of the crucifixion, they crushed the pot that they had made and broke it as if it was everyone's heart. The church had spent so many weeks working on it in worship, and they were so proud of the work they had accomplished, and then it was smashed. What people didn't know was a second pot on Easter Sunday. The second pot was revealed, and everyone was so happy. Tonight, we present Dr. Jeanne Anderson with the Easter pottery, for she is a good representative of someone who was willing to let the potter shape and mold her into a good Christian witness for the community and indeed the entire world. Quietly and without attention, you have done well. Let's give her a great hand, and thank you so very much. Our next recipient is Dr. Marci Catlett. I know she has to go and attend to business as the first African-American superintendent of Fredericksburg School. Give her some love even as she comes. And I know you're heading out, Madam Superintendent, but before you go, I need to take a picture of the two of you when I finish reading your many, many accomplishments. In the article, Leading at the Speed of Change, Monica Davis wrote, Dr. Marci Rollins Catlett hadn't yet been born when the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that separate schools for black and white students were inherently unequal. The next year, when the court required that the schools desegregate with all deliberate speed, Catlett still wasn't even a twinkle in her father's eye. But when the all-white Maury Elementary School in Fredericksburg, Virginia started to admit African-American students, the little girl was one of the first to walk in. Give her a hand for that. And there, through her activism and the activism of her parents, she saw that people are people, regardless of skin tone. She also discovered her love for service and leadership, taking on student council presidencies throughout middle and high school, and most of all, she learned that she loved people, children, and education. Dr. Catlett's passion for children and education began at an early age. She attended Virginia State University, where she graduated magna cum laude, earning a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education. She earned a Master of Education degree in Curriculum and Instruction from the University of Virginia and several postgraduate certificates from Oxford University, Harvard University, Howard University, and others. Dr. Catlett earned a doctorate degree in Educational Leadership and Policy Studies from Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University. Dr. Catlett's career with Fredericksburg City Schools began in 1981 at Walker Grant Middle School, where she worked as a sixth grade teacher. She moved into school administration in 1990, serving as the administrative assistant. Dr. Catlett has built a legacy at Fredericksburg Public Schools, having led and held varied leadership positions over the years, including service as Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Assistant Superintendent for Instruction and Personnel, as well as being named Deputy Superintendent in 2012. She is a veteran educator with more than 40 years of experience at Fredericksburg City Public Schools. Her motto is moving forward and upward, leading at the speed of change, and she brings high personal integrity, motivation, and creativity to the school system. Highly lauded as a servant leader, she has been recognized for her notable achievements in education, leadership, and community service. Dr. Catlett serves on many boards throughout Fredericksburg region, including Smart Beginnings, Mary Washington Healthcare, UMW's Community Advisory Committee, Committee on Diversity and National Association of Advancement of Colored People, Fredericksburg Area Youth Development Foundation, Sunshine Ballpark, the Boys and Girls Club, the Greater Washington Area, as well as the Rappahannock Area American Red Cross. Please join us in honoring the 25th Division Superintendent and the first African American Superintendent of Fredericksburg City Public Schools, Dr. Marci Catlett. Okay. You have done so much for the school system and beyond, and we just thank God for you and the gifts that you have been given that you so freely share with so many of us. We love looking at you. We love watching you. You are a person that all of us can model, but sometimes we need some moments of introspection and reflection. And so this gift has been given to you to place in a place that you can see on a regular basis what we see, and that is the beautiful, intelligent, magnificent Dr. Marci Catlett. And this was painted by a local Chuck Fromer is the one who painted this portrait. Amen. Can you stand there just a second, and would you come back up, Sister Jeanne, and all of you with your wonderful cameras take pictures, because we're going to have to be our own reporters and make sure that this is in the paper tomorrow, so that others who are not here can see great people who are doing work to make our community better. Oh, Jeanne, you have your mask on? Take it down so we can see your face if you have it. Oh. If it was Larry, I'd say put your mask back on.